We've got signature sign or signature vertical. So there are some here online that you can sign.
Capital
That's the email. So you want to agree, Julian Assange? Decided to unwelcome the extradited to the US. The US has appealed that.
Every single bite you get from me, you get the truth. Look, I'm just trying to find a way to the light, cause I'm stuck in a cycle, getting faded every night. My eyesight turns purple every time I see a sprite. Got me really questioning where I've been, this life like. Just take a look. Yeah, the writing's on the wall, but I'm on to cook. If you really seen the truth, I better leave you shook. Just another chapter of life in this evil book. Yeah, just take a look. Yeah, the writing's on the wall, but I'm on to cook. If you really seen the truth, I better leave you shook. Just another chapter of life in this evil book. Life's a book, man, it's called death. Born daycare school and you're doing your tests. Some fail, some destined for success, but when you fail, they label you as a mess. Oh, what the fuck's with it? Society's in, and with no love in it. Digging a bigger hole and we're stuck in it. Well, not me, my cars, cause I don't trust bitches, nah. And when I say bitches, yeah, I ain't talking about women, I'm talking politicians spitting up lies and the gimmicks, saying our faith in the system. 20,000 children go missing in Oz every single year, like where the fuck are they hidden? A real problem turned to social media, made as a trend. Pops up for a bit, then people strangely forget. You gotta fucking realise this cunts are paid to pretend. Turn off the fucking news and let it play with your head.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Mischa.
Yeah, good on you, mate. That's
Mischa.
awesome.
Hey, bro, how are ya? Good?
Good.
That was really good, man.
Long time no see.
You're awesome at rapping too.
It's heaps good to see you guys.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, mate. Love
See
it.
ya,
Brilliant.
Look
See you
up.
around again
Yep.
sometime.
Keep doing your thing, guys. Heaps good.
Love your style, man.
Thanks, bro. Yeah. Take it easy.
What's your name?
Mischa.
Pete.
Take it easy.
See you, mate.
See ya! I got a good studio. I'm not trying to get signed to a label, man, because when you get signed to a label, they own. So say you make a song, they own the masters of your song.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be independent and own my own music, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about making like money off music, I just want to help people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
Independent
free
is the
Julian
way to
Assange,
be.
you know.
Guys like you and the younger generation, we know it's going to be on point.
Yeah. But get us on Instagram, Mischa, MISCHA_DDB, if you want to hear real shit, you know the go. Peace, everyone. Take it easy.
From Bangladesh. From Bangladesh. Huh? Yeah, this is our cameraman.
So Heather, despite everything, when you boil it all up and condense it all down, Australia is still
the most wonderful place on earth and has the best prospects on earth. But we need to get people, quality of information and debate needs to be better, and this can be a great opportunity right now for a great awakening. Others have said it, not me, and we can fix a lot of problems as a result of this, or we can fall into a dictatorship, fascism. We're going to architects here. We're going to have the architects here. They're going to build back better.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm always in favor of better.
Well, he's been trying. He wants to build back better. He's always been on about building back better.
Yeah, let's build back better.
What the world needs is a great reset. Free the whistleblowers! Free the truth! Free the whistleblowers!
What a disappointment Justice Beach Jones was. Dismissed the case over the mandate challenge. What a waste. And they probably make them pay for costs.
It's outrageous. Well, it just makes you realise that the legal profession is completely enthralled to the government.
Journalism's not a crime.
I think Julian's case has demonstrated the corruptibility of the Westminster legal system.
Corrupt politicians.
Well, not the corruption.
Free Julian, sir.
What's the word?
Corruption.
The
I'm sorry.
Corruption
is a more accurate
It's
word.
just, I mean, right from the word go, they should have thrown it straight out. That magistrate saying, "Oh, you breached your bail. You're going to go into
What's
a
the
year."
charge?
I knew very well when that was. Oh, he breached the bail by hiding out in the Ecuadorian embassy.
Well, they had,
Which
all
wasn't
they had to do is
technically a
they've got
breach of bail.
breach of bail. He was there. He just happened to hide out for fear of exactly what's happening now. So he was correct.
Well, of course they should have
It's
said you have to
despicable.
table some prima facie evidence of wrongdoing.
Yeah.
They should have released him right then and there.
Yeah.
And he could have got away to a country that doesn't have extradition laws by the US.
He wasn't charged.
Can't come here because there's a little US here.
Ah, you know, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Are you going to read my email with my Aboriginal Stop
Yeah, I
the
will.
Killing thing? It says at the top, stop killing the Aboriginals.
I'm absolutely outraged at any deaths in custody. They should all be prosecuted, every one of them. If someone takes charge of someone in custody, they have to oversee them and make sure they're not harmed. It's a responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's what they're failing to do.
With Julian.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Continuously. Royal Commissions have failed to do one iota of change.
No.
They haven't taken up any of the recommendations. That's how the government need to be removed from how the Aboriginals live, because they've failed continuously for 200 years.
That they were planning to kidnap him and or murder him. They had plans in place to do this.
And there were even plans with the UK government that they would have a shootout at the Ecuadorian embassy, which is right near Harrods, which is Knightsbridge, I think.
Yeah.
In the middle of the city. I mean, there was no way.
Well, Hillary Clinton asked to have him drone
It's not absolutely verified
in
even,
Afghanistan.
but it sounds fairly convincing because Hillary said, if I said it, I was joking. So she didn't deny it.
Okay. Thank you, Ian.
At Sydney Town Hall, we often call our inmate, our mate, Julian Assange. We remember he's an inmate in prison for doing his job as a journalist. We remember he's our mate. Julian is an Australian citizen, but it wouldn't matter if he was Indian, Irish, Chinese, or from the United States. He's one of us. Julian Assange, don't forget his name, don't forget what he's done to shine a light on corruption and crimes. Julian was born in Queensland, Australia. I've heard that he loved to run around in the bush and play as a little boy. I imagine he would have run around in bare feet like all young Australians do. When my kids came home from school, first thing they would do was kick off their shoes so they could feel the ground beneath their feet. Kids like to feel the grass or sand between their toes. But Julian's not been able to swim in the sea or feel the hot sun on his back since June 2012. For the past 2.5 years, he's been lost in a dank, airless cell. His voice has been silenced, and we've only seen glimpses of a thin and frail man that Julian has become. He spent around 1/5 of his life locked away for doing his job as a journalist. Julian set up WikiLeaks so whistleblowers could have a safe and secure way of revealing corruption and crimes committed by big business and government. He did that because he thought people around the world would be outraged by the corruption uncovered. WikiLeaks had a 100% accuracy record because they spent time to ensure the information published is correct and valid. They ensure whistleblowers are protected and that anyone included in the information is not put at risk. Julian's done an amazing job for public interest. This week, Consortium News tweeted Julian Assange's father, John Shipton, speaking about the CIA, the institution which spied on his son and planned his death. John said, "The CIA have now run the drone programs. The drone programs have targeting. When you read that a wedding party has been destroyed or a funeral has been destroyed, this is targeting. It's not accidental. It's not because they saw a group of people dancing that they sent the drones down and blew it up. They destroy the high points of society. The high point of a society is when two young people come together and the resources of society and that living culture is represented by those two youthful people coming together to produce the next generation. That is the high point of human existence. It provides the next generation. It provides continuity for the culture and worship of the ancestors. In this sense, the immediate ancestors take the young people and push them forward. Well, when you destroy the inner growth and inner life of that society, the destruction of 7 million people in the Middle East was a policy. The creation of 37 million refugees over the past 20 years, wandering the world looking for homes that they came from and endangering the societies they move into. That's a policy. It is time we did the right thing by Julian and call out to our leaders to stop this travesty of justice, to drop the charges, set Julian free, to be with his loved ones, feel the sun on his face, a cool breeze at his back, and the sand between his toes again. Free Julian Assange.
Free Julian Assange.
There's a lot of manifestations of this issue. This issue is around justice for one person and accountability of some public officials. But really what's happening at the moment is with the various players in the global geopolitical system that have been calling for the New World Order are now realigned in a group called the World Economic Forum, which involves many of the handful of the most powerful corporations and people in the world, where they effectively smooth politicians and donate huge amounts of money, and they want to basically reset the whole system and introduce a new global economic system which effectively they control. And they're on the record as saying that, you know, once we do this, you won't own anything and you'll be happy, but they'll run the show and they're going to look after everybody. You know, it's basically about putting us, saying because we have all these global problems like climate change, we need a global government, put us in charge and we'll look after you. But the fact of the matter is the very people that are behind this agenda have been involved in some of the world's greatest atrocities against humans and human rights in the last 100 years. And they're saying, put us in charge and we'll look after you. So if people don't sort of see this in terms of the bigger picture of it's not just about justice for Assange, it's about justice for everybody. And we need to make public officials accountable. But under the agenda of the World Economic Forum, they're talking about private-public partnerships whereby big corporations and the government are in a partnership running a system. But it's the corporations that will have the power and the money, so effectively they'll be usurping the state. And there'll be no accountability, and so it's the same issue. It's about accountability for public officials.
In May, Julian Assange! Our mate!
Julian Assange!
In May,
Our mate!
Julian Assange! Julian Assange!
Free!
Julian Assange!
It's only one decision.
No extradition!
Journalism's not a crime. Free Julian Assange. Down the corrupt politicians. Stand up for government accountability. We have the power, people. We just got to stand up. Their table will fall over.
Their plank will fall into the sea.
Exactly. That's the one. The film went well last week. A lot of interest, and it's good at the Newtown as well. It's sold out. Ithaka. Just hope that it gets out there and changes the public's perception of Julian. I think it will, because I heard it was a very touching movie, and a lot of people are thinking, it should go in his favour to help him out. So hopefully it gets more exposure on the mainstream media. Might be on there soon. Gabriel Shipton said that it's going to be an announcement in about a month or so about when it's going to be on again. So hopefully it gets around the world and people gives more attention to Julian's cause and gets more people on his side, because that's what we need now. We need more public pressure to put on our government to stand up and do more for Julian. So free Julian Assange.
Welcome to the 104th week of the Sydney Town Hall gatherings. Every Friday evening we come together at Sydney Town Hall to inform the public about Julian Assange, using speeches, chants, leaflets, banners and ribbons. On some occasions we are lucky enough to have singing and dancing. We encourage everyone to come along and join in. Our gatherings are always peaceful, informative and fun. If you believe there is a great need for freedom of the press, please come along and help us to free Julian Assange. Julian founded WikiLeaks in 2006 as a way to create greater levels of democracy. Democracy in a highly organised world depends on the interplay between privacy and transparency. There must be privacy for individuals and transparency for governments, so that the people can be informed about their government's activities and vote appropriately and with confidence. A true democracy employs secret paper ballots, which allow for the privacy of voters' choices and assist in the transparency to the electoral process. Likewise, WikiLeaks, the organisation founded by Julian Assange, protects the privacy of whistleblowers by eliminating their need to identify themselves, while governments are afforded greater transparency. Through the creation of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange has made a magnificent pro-democracy tool for the people of the world. Yet many don't fully understand the significance of his contribution. The influence of corporate media and their allegiance to corporate power has meant that Julian has been unfairly smeared with lies and omissions for over 10 years. The mainstream media will occasionally report that the espionage charges brought against Julian are unprecedented and will have a chilling effect on journalism if he is convicted, but they do not come clean on their role of smearing him to undermine popular support. They avoid emphasising the facts that Julian is arbitrarily detained and that he is completely innocent, that his award-winning journalism has been an outstanding contribution to the people of the world, or that the governments of the UK, US, Ecuador and Sweden, in cooperation with the mainstream media, have acted to collectively psychologically torture him and engineer his arrest. If the mainstream media were honest and sincere about press freedom, which you might be forgiven for thinking, the truth about Julian would be headline news, but it's not. Clearly, the mainstream media are not interested in publishing truthful information. Because of this, we should never rely on information we receive through the mainstream media. I repeat, never. We gather each week at Sydney Town Hall because we understand it is vital for humanity to hold governments to account with truthful information. To do this, journalists must be able and willing to truthfully inform us. The political persecution of journalists has no place in a democracy. With the political persecution of Julian Assange comes intimidation of other journalists who may choose to emulate him. If we want to live in a democracy, we must take responsibility and become involved in creating that democracy. We know our futures depend on a world in which Julian Assange is free and all journalists are at liberty to publish the public interest truth that governments seek to cover up. The mainstream media don't fully inform us. Those who believe their lies cannot be held responsible because they know no better. But those who know we are being lied to and so are merely going along for the ride because they see that as their best option, need to take responsibility and wake up. We cannot afford to live in genocidal totalitarianism. Many people are apparently too afraid to stand up for their rights. They don't have enough faith in humanity and that we have the numbers to make a difference. Through standing up for humanity, we make others more courageous, and we can demonstrate that decent people are the majority. We all need to show our solidarity with Julian. We all need to demonstrate that we are determined to win this battle. We need to demonstrate that we will win this. We all need illegitimate power to realise that we are united and that we are all Assange. Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange!
Inmate!
Our mate!
Julian Assange!
Only one decision!
No extradition!
There is only one decision!
No extradition!
There is only one decision!
No extradition! Bring him home! Bring him home! Bring him home! It's not a crime!
Yes! Stand up! Forever be on your knees!
Julian today, you tomorrow! Stand up against government corruption! Stand up for government accountability! Jail the criminals, not the ones exposing them!
We are all Assange.